Why do we enjoy art museums? Or better said, why do we enjoy art? These are the questions that kinda make me thinking during these days to show you how I see the art, how I see the paintings, and what I'm doing in times like this staying at home. It can be a little challenging, but I found a way of keeping my curiosity alive by exploring art going to museums virtually. With Google Art's virtual tours are the best way to keep you back on the track in the museums. And I'm sure you already heard about those tours. The question is, it is worth trying? And I will say yes, for sure. We will start with the first 10 museums that I have visited, and we will speak a little bit about the art that caught my eye. The first stop will be in Amsterdam at the Rijksmuseum, and because we are doing now virtual tours, let's see how Google Arts and the app work. Every museum has a centerpiece. Here we have the Night Watch by Rembrandt, perhaps one of his most famous workpieces, full of details in the background, with the two main characters put in the spotlight by other participants of the painting. The very placement of the painting is welcoming you into the museum, and this is also due to the effect that Rembrandt created by centralizing into the hand of the main character dressed in black. You could even say that the striking hand is emerging from the painting itself. As a small background, I am that type of person which does not document beforehand about what I'm going to see inside the museum, and I love to be surprised by the art pieces lying inside there. This can be kind of fun because you do not know what to expect, and I'm always glad every time I find another piece made by the artist that I love. The whole mystery makes my journey to be more interesting. Here we have a landscape with waterfall at first look, but if you pay attention to the small details, it becomes a more enjoyable experience. Great paintings often have hidden levels of meaning, but once you start to unravel the clues, everything begins to make sense. Finding your way into a great painting is like setting off on a voyage of discovery, endlessly fascinating and deeply rewarding. One of my favorite museums is located in Budapest, called the Hungarian National Gallery. There are a number of perspectives that appear when we are looking at the painting. Each one of you can see the art through a unique lens influenced by your own personal experiences, and everyone reacts differently at it. I already visited this museum 3 or 4 times, but with every new visit I discover new paintings and keep going deeper into the details. This may also be because it is hard to stop on every painting from a museum. Most of the times you go only to the ones that make you feel something. For example, I stopped here because I observed the traditional costume and it was similar with the ones from my country. And, surprise, surprise, it was a Romanian landscape. And here it is, my all-time favorite painting. I really enjoy the impact of the clear details. The level of precision in the painting gives this scene an authenticity that is very convincing. The whole scene is depicted as being seen from a keyhole perspective, and this is all because the light was handled with immense skill. I think I can go on, but just let's move to the next museum. The Kunsthistorisches Museum from Vienna is the first in the top 10 of my preferred art museums. Definitely you can get lost into art here, and not even a whole day will be enough to visit it. I love the paintings inside this museum. As a reference, before going into a museum, you can check on Instagram what is interesting for you in order to pay more attention to the details. Why not use the social media? This can expand your experience, can be a helpful window inside for your inspiration. I recommend you to visit it and to be on your must list if you are in Vienna, because you can see a lot of very known paintings, but also you shouldn't skip Belvedere Museum, where the famous Kiss by Gustav Klimt is located. However, I prefer Judith and the Head of Holofernes. This painting is so deep. The Uffizi galleries. I wanted so bad to get here, but my peaceful, quiet experience that I thought I would get has transformed 180 degrees when I saw the incredible huge crowd and everybody wanted to see Birth of Venus. Don't get me wrong, in the end I could enjoy Botticelli Primavera and The Birth of Venus, but the amount of people inside the museum created a very unpleasant atmosphere for me. I'm not sure what the experience was for those people running for the famous paintings, however, I don't think it was what they were expecting. The whole idea of chasing a famous painting mesmerized by the fame around it can make you lose the essence. Tiziano, Venus of Urbino. My most enjoyable moment from Uffizi galleries was the encounter with this piece of art. Versailles. The history behind this palace is so incredible and controversial, and with so many documentaries done from different perspectives, I wish to see it. So this year for my birthday, I spent it there. Maybe I was expecting to see more and to be more shocked than the other palaces that I have seen, but it wasn't that type of experience. I look at it more like a museum, that's why it's in this category. And the French painters definitely steal my heart with their technique. The Hall of Mirrors. It is exactly how you imagine. It looks incredible, but here Google Arts for sure they didn't catch the grandeur of the room. When you are not fixed to see a very famous painting that is held in the respective museum that you are visiting, you give yourself a chance to have a unique view of other paintings too. Believe me, there are so many underrated painters where you can find in their technique yourself and you can enjoy their works much more than a famous painting. Some of them tell stories, in some of them you can see the nature, some are mythological scenes, others celebrate beauty. The more you get to know about art, the closer you look at it and more you will see and enjoy. Venice. This city is full of art and I pretty much had a lot of fun here. I get a chance to run into the big halls full of history. Usually I do this in every big hall, you will see. With the technology of our times, you get a chance to see what is inside of a painting, and here I had a chance to see a transformation of the painting of Tiziano that's supposed to be in New York, but this time very often galleries exchange art. And another case was that in the same day I saw a painting 2 times and I was like, what is this? Which one is the original? And I found that the original was the one from dell'Accademia, Canaletto's work. Exploring Pinacoteca di Brera museum feels like going through a gateway and emerging into another world. Big paintings all over the walls and art you couldn't imagine. Here I discover a lot of great painters, the kind of art that sticks with you and you cannot wait to see it maybe in other museums. Also, I could exercise my skills of drawing here. I enjoy Torino a lot. For the couple of days that I stayed there, I always arrived to the gallery Sabauda on the last 2 to 3 hours before closure, and for that reason I visited 2 times. Here I saw my first Botticelli piece of art. Do you see the similarities with the Birth of Venus? Yeah, because it is the same figure. The rest of the time I spent at Venaria Reale, which is a great alternative to visit, a palace and paintings in one place, the true real home of paintings. And I can say the same thing for Vatican. This is the paint that stuck in my head, imploring Mother of God protection against enemies, especially the Rosary Catholic institution. Leo XIII. Rooms of Vatican are such places where you are blown with so many colors and history all around, where all the paintings are creating a story in each and every room until you arrive to the Gallery of Maps and you can say that the ceiling is on gold fire. This is so worth visiting. Once in a lifetime you must go there and step in that other world of the grandeur rooms of Vatican.